What's up, guys? Rolling everything back a little early today. Got some important matters to attend to this evening. Wonderful, wonderful. Hope everybody's had a good Tuesday. Let's fire this thing off. All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's special edition of Know Your Pharmacist, streaming live this 20th of February, 2024. I'm your host, Dr. Joaquin Acosta, CEO of PharmTrue, where we believe in transforming healthcare through innovation and knowledge. Tonight, we're embarking on an extraordinary journey through the latest breakthroughs and challenges in the world of pharmacy and health tech. We begin in an in-depth analysis of Colorado's new EpiPen price cap law, a groundbreaking step in pharmaceutical affordability, but not without its hurdles. We'll explore the complexities of this legislation and its implications for patients and the industry alike. Next, we dive into the realm of futuristic medication with Neuralink. Imagine controlling a computer with just your thoughts. This is no longer the stuff of science fiction. We'll discuss the ethics, the potential, and the incredible progress made by Elon Musk's pioneering venture. Our Enlightenment Hour focuses on AV, a health tech startup revolutionizing self-diagnosis. With the power of AI, they're offering a reliable alternative to search engine medical queries. Dr. Google, getting replaced, interesting enough. We'll examine how this technology empowers individuals and reshapes our approach to healthcare. Then in our Herbal Wellness Corner, we delve into the delicate dance of cannabis and prescription drugs. Understanding their interactions is crucial for safe and effective treatment, and we'll be providing insights to navigate this complex relationship. We also have a community spotlight on the Roasted Rooster Coffee and Waffles in Las Cruces, celebrating local entrepreneurship in the spirit of community growth. Lastly, in our Men's Health Minute, we'll look at how aerobic exercises can be a natural and effective remedy for erectile dysfunction, a topic of great importance and often shrouded in unnecessary stigma. Remember, each stigma is not about imparting knowledge, it's about fostering a community of informed, health-conscious individuals. It's about connecting with each other, understanding the science, and embracing the future of healthcare. Join us in this enlightening journey as we unravel the threads of modern medicine and pharmacy and how they weave into the fabric of our daily lives. Your engagement, questions, and insights are what make this live stream truly interactive and enriching experience. Together, let's reshape a future where health, knowledge, and innovation converge to create a world of well-being and understanding. Stay tuned, stay engaged, and let's embark on this journey of discovery together. Thank you to our incredible show sponsors, PharmTrue, High Horse Cannabis Company, Vada Speedway Park, and the Big Chicken Farm for supporting our mission to enlighten and empower. Here's to a night of learning, innovation, and community. Let's begin. So diving right in, guys. Colorado's EpiPen price cap. Did you guys realize that Colorado actually ended up capping EpiPens at $60? And very interesting stuff that's basically new and hot off the press here coming out of the Denver Post. I'm going to share this post with you guys from X. So interestingly enough, guys, if we're not following each other on X, or should I say Twitter, as in the past, we should definitely be following each other because it's a good platform. I like, being able to write out thoughts and express them freely without being punished, and X just happens to be one of those platforms. Anyways, so Colorado's rocky rollout for Colorado's new EpiPen price cap, as some pharmacies aren't honoring the $60 limit. So I don't know if anybody is aware of kind of what's happened here. Basically, Colorado's EpiPen were, they ruled out a law where EpiPens have to be $60. Well, okay, great. They're trying to make accessible medication, but Teva, the actual maker of these EpiPens, as you see here, and the generic, are suing the living crap out of, the state of Colorado right now. And so what's happening is, the generic versions of these pens cost pharmacies anywhere from $120 up. They're not cheap unless you're getting something that's going to be short dated, right? And that's insane. And if you're going to be paying brand, you're buying, a couple $100 worth of those two pens. What you see right there on the screen is brand name EpiPens. So interestingly enough, right, Colorado is making pharmacies have to dispense these at $60 price. Pharmacies don't want to do that because they paid probably $120 minimum for the generic version, for the brand version, like $225. So you're paying money to lose money with this new law, which doesn't make sense. Teva's not changing their prices. Teva is suing the living crap out of the state of Colorado, and pharmacies are now getting the hot seat of saying some pharmacies aren't honoring the $60 limit. Yeah, because they can't afford to. Can't afford to give away $60. You know, what's going to happen is the pharmacies are going to stop stocking these EpiPens or just return them to the wholesaler because it doesn't make any sense. You know, a law has no teeth when this kind of stuff happens. So kudos to the state of Colorado for trying something, but, you know, I think they can obviously see right now is going to be causing issues because it's going to look like the pharmacies are in the wrong because they don't want to dispense something and lose, by the nature of the law, $60 to $120, $200 plus the time that it takes to process the prescription and do all that. That doesn't make any sense. And, you know, Teva is not lowering their prices. Teva sells it to everybody on the United States pretty much the same based on whatever contract they're on. They don't care about what state you're in. And they aren't going to change their rights. They are suing the literal crap out of the state of Colorado right now. And so, you know, they've been battling with U.S. district courts and so on and so forth, and we could talk about all that, but it's not worth, you know, our time to go look at that today. It's just where you really think of the big battle happening and who gets, you know, put out. At the end of the day, it's those local independent pharmacies who can't afford to, you know, somehow just ride these weird waves of regulation and you know, pretty much price gouging and umbrella pricing models. It's insane. So we'll move on, jumping into tech talk, some more interesting innovation. Let's go ahead and share this. Neuralink's first human patient able to control mouse through thinking. Pretty interesting, right? So let's roll this. So pretty insane, pretty much. Neuralink, I'm sure you're seeing the headlines everywhere else. My thoughts on it for sure. Does it seem super convenient to not have to put my hand up and somehow tighten my chest to go and control my computer mouse and just do it with my thoughts? Oh man, that sounds really nice. Tell you the truth right there. So very interesting to see what is even going on. You know, according to Reuters, the first human patient implanted with the brain chip Neuralink appears to have fully recovered and is able to control a computer mouse using their thoughts. The startup's founder, Elon Musk, said late on Monday, progress is good and the patient seems to have made a full recovery with no ill effects that we were aware of. Patient is able to move a mouse on the screen by just thinking, Musk said in a Spaces event on social platform X. Musk said Neuralink was now trying to get as many mouse button clicks as possible from the patient. Neuralink did not immediately reply to Reuters' request for further details, but the firm successfully implanted a chip on its first human patient last month after receiving approval for a human trial recruitment in September. Study uses a robot to surgically replace a brain-computer interface implant in a region of the brain that controls the intention to move, Neuralink has said, adding that the initial goal is to enable people to control a computer cursor or keyboard using their thoughts. Musk has grand ambitions for Neuralink, saying it would facilitate speedy surgical insertions of its chip device to treat conditions like obesity, autism, depression, and schizophrenia. Neuralink, which was valued at $5 billion last year, has faced repeated calls for scrutiny regarding its safety protocols. Reported last month that the firm was fined for violating U.S. Department of Transportation rules regarding the movement of hazardous materials. You know, Musk does face a lot of, you know, regulation wherever he goes. It's hard when you're an innovator. This is some pretty cool tech. Definitely don't want to be the first guy with one of those in my brain. but it's going to come a time where, right, everybody's making their choices. Scary thing for me would be, of course, the reverse controlling there, where you become some sort of a puppet master to whatever, surgical implant is in there. So I think definitely got to see how this rolls out here, but very interesting to see the future. Guys, let's move on. Still talking technology in our Enlightenment Hour today. Health tech startup. And I think this one's very important in our Enlightenment Hour because, I think Dr. Google is probably everybody's favorite doctor. And this health tech startup, AV, is on a mission to empower individuals worldwide with a free anytime, anywhere self-diagnosis tool. So, what makes that pretty interesting, right, is the fact that we know Dr. Google gets a lot of people in a lot of trouble. People try to save money by just Googling things, where if you don't know what you don't know, you get yourself in a pickle. Same thing, right? If you're trying to, do most things in life. So you learn the hard way. Sometimes learning the hard way, you learn really hard. And so anyways, looking at this, digital health technologies are designed to empower patients with data-driven insights on their health. The influx of everyday medical monitoring devices and wearables such as smartwatches, Fitbits, and continuous glucose monitors, coupled with increasing prevalence of chronic diseases and consumers' growing comfort with telemedicine, are all significant drivers propelling the demand for self-diagnosis platforms. These new health tech platforms and devices are simple and easy to use. Individuals can easily enter their symptoms and receive potential diagnosis, all backed by robust AI algorithms. Furthermore, digital health is often more affordable and significantly more scalable than brick and mortar healthcare. It can reach more people than face-to-face care, and it often delivers more timely diagnosis due to its ability to be used anytime, anywhere. It also removes the headache of travel time as well as the resulting environmental impacts. Self-diagnosis tools like AV are especially a game changer for patients in remote areas or those with limited access to healthcare. Digital diagnosis systems use artificial intelligence and machine learning to analyze user symptoms and compare them against a massive database of medical data and knowledge, which often includes millions of peer-reviewed medical cases. Such a process enables the platform to provide a potential diagnosis that aligns with the information provided by the user from the comfort of their home. Right? Pretty interesting. Not that you're guessing from Google. You have an educated guess coming back to you. That's huge. The systems also offer the advantage of immediate feedback, an important feature considering that early diagnosis can often make significant difference in treatment outcomes. Moreover, the ability to triage symptoms can alleviate pressure on healthcare systems, particularly in times of crisis such as the COVID-19 pandemic. What is that going to look like someday? Very interesting. So the pandemic also dramatically increased the utilization of self-diagnostics, familiarizing the wider population with at-home self-diagnostics kits. It's believed that post-pandemic consumers will continue to see diagnostic health tech products and solutions as an increasingly viable preventative medical investment for their overall well-being, helping to lead the shift towards personalized preventative healthcare over treatment-focused healthcare. According to McKinsey & Company, the potential global market for digital self-diagnosis technologies could reach the US $50 billion by 2025, driven by increasing technological advancements, growing consumer interest in personalized health, and the world increase in smartphone usage. Since 2010, over 200 new enterprises have emerged, each creating innovative applications for healthcare. Around 40% of these applications are designed for direct health interventions or prognostic abilities, which signifies a substantial shift in the landscape of health data applications from when it was primarily concentrated on analyzing past data to manage the analysis of current data. So they spoke with AV founder Mohammed Hammoud to understand how the company came to be. It all began when my son fell ill with a serious chronic illness, he recounts, a true testament to how adversity can fuel innovation. Hammoud's challenges with the healthcare system sparked a radical idea. Why not use technology, specifically AI, to eliminate healthcare shortcomings and inequalities? As an associate professor at Carnegie Mellon University with an extensive background in computer science, he recognized that he might be uniquely suited to solve for the current challenges. After all, his focus in research focuses on designing and building scalable, distributed systems for artificial intelligence, information retrieval, and graph mining applications. Just as smartphones connected millions of people to the internet, similar transformation could occur in accessibility and the quality of healthcare, he says, and thus may be born on a mission to empower individuals worldwide with a free anytime, anywhere self-diagnosis tool. Pretty cool, right? So the journey, of course, came with challenges. For starters, the expert team assembled to create AV's initial medical diagnostic algorithm with 3.5 years of relentless effort. Yet every hurdle only reinforced their belief in the mission. There were moments of doubt and obstacles on the way, but unwavering belief and conviction in the mission drove our determination to move chairs. Now AV is reshaping how individuals approach their health with a holistic, personalized strategy tailored to each user's unique need. In today's healthcare landscape, individuals often face fragmented healthcare experiences and movements, experiencing the solution AV brings to the table. This revolutionary service leverages AI advanced models to address healthcare's inefficiencies, paving the way for a self-diagnosis experience. Pretty cool. So I don't know if you guys would use it or not, but I bet by the nature of it, we would be definitely, choosing to use self-diagnostic tools once we could fully be aware of the fact that they work better than Google. So, I think when doctors' offices can start integrating that kind of technology with their appointments and already have some of those workups done, you save, some of the medical history collection, and you can do a much better job at actually, giving care. You could even probably, of course, not even probably, you're going to be able to give better virtual care, better telehealth services, so on and so forth. So that integration right there that's the point. That's the meat point. That's your break point. Somebody has a problem, somebody's sick, somebody has a chronic illness, somebody needs medical management, self-diagnostic tool, boom, everything else after, right? You can get all the services, access to services, but you have to have that point of contact. And that point of contact back in the day, right, you have to call the office, book an appointment, get all the way over there, do your paperwork, so on and so forth, just to get, some inkle of an answer. So that takes, I don't think we were realizing just how much of the healthcare system this kind of thing could really put forward here in the future. 2025 is not that far away. Love it. Love to love it. All right, guys, talking in our Herbal Wellness Corner, brought to you by High Horse Cannabis Company. Hope everybody's shopping High Horse 24/7, 365 for all the greatest deals. Guys, we're talking today, giving you my pharmacist perspective. Is it dangerous to combine cannabis with other medications? Well, let's talk about it. Cannabinoids share metabolic pathways with drugs. Both use cytochrome P450 enzymes in the liver. Studies of THC, CBD, and CBN inhibition and induction of major cytochrome P450 isoforms generally reflect a low risk of clinically significant drug interactions with most use, but specific human data are lacking. Most of the data actually comes from in vitro test tube studies using human enzymes, and results can be very different in a living person. In clinical experience, drug interactions at low and moderate doses are uncommon. Knowing the cytochrome P450's enzymes that metabolize the cannabinoids can allow a medical professional to look up the metabolism of a pharmaceutical drug and determine if there are drug interactions. Cannabis can also be found in some online drug interaction checkers such as Medscape. But in general, most interactions only occur in patients using incredibly high doses of cannabis. Cytochrome P450 enzymes that are used to do it are enzymes right in your liver that process medications and anything else coming into your body. So when they're occupied with something, they're not able to process something else. And sometimes they're occupying with cannabis and other things can build up, such as blood thinners accumulating in your system. So, blood would get way too thin, right? So that's, our hallmark clinical interaction of like warfarin and cannabis that we definitely want people to be aware of. Warfarin and Coumadin, high dose statins with high dose cannabis can possibly be a problem. Azole, antifungals, and even erythromycin, which is an antibiotic. Other things that can actually interact, with cannabis that would potentially worsen psychoactive effects, which isn't necessarily a cytochrome P450 interaction, but you would still consider this if this was in somebody's wheelhouse. They had, even taking Benadryl and Dramamine on the regular, Spiriva and Atrovent. Guys, we're talking about, our patients with COPD or breathing problems, Wellbutrin and Congentin. Those can actually interact with high dose CBD. So that's, very, very interesting to take into consideration. Patients, you always know to talk to me, and I will always, get with you and talk to you about drug interactions, anything like that. But, typically at low to moderate doses, cannabis is very safe. always good to talk to a medical professional and clear that first. So in our Herbal Wellness Corner today, sponsored by High Horse Cannabis Company, want to be able to reduce stigmas and open up opportunities, windows of opportunities to substitute terrible drugs like benzodiazepines, opioids. You know, the world is your oyster to get out of those hellholes by being stuck in this loop of taking those meds. Cannabis is an answer for chronic pain, for sleep, for inflammation, for anxiety. There's a lot of things we can do there, but we got to talk about it, right? For sure. All right, let's move on, guys, to our community spotlight brought to you by the Baked Chicken Farm. Their sister company, the Roasted Rooster Coffee and Waffles, giving them a shout out. Locally hiring for an assistant manager. Anybody who has experience in the food industry, managerial industry, loves coffee and waffles, wants to be part of something bigger than themselves, go for it. Brought to you by the Baked Chicken Farm in our community spotlight segment, guys. And last, but definitely not least, so study actually coming out soon, going to be talking about from Harvard Men's. You know, they're releasing this actually on March 1st, 2024. But anyways, some early access here talking about aerobic activity may work as well as medication for helping erectile dysfunction. So if you're concerned about the potential side effects of erectile dysfunction drugs and you're looking for an alternative treatment, try doing more aerobic exercise. Researchers reviewed 11 randomized controlled trials, more than 1,000 men with mild or moderate erectile dysfunction, and they found that men who regularly exercise for 30 to 60 minutes, 3 to 5 times a week, saw more improvement in their erectile dysfunction compared with men who did not. They also found that the worse a man's erectile dysfunction, the more the exercise helped. The men participated in aerobic exercises like walking, running, and cycling. So guys, as we say today, try to get those steps, literally strive for 10,000 steps. If you're doing that, a lot of things could possibly change in your life. You know, you may be able to even save some money on erectile dysfunction drugs. But as always, in our Men's Health Minute, we're talking about erectile dysfunction. It's very important. You know, if you've got these kinds of problems, perfect opportunity to talk to a doctor about everything else. Make sure everything else is in check, right? If your car's got a big leak and you're going to go take it, go get checked because you may not know how to check it yourself. You know, you have to address the leak. The erectile dysfunction is the equivalent to a leak. Brought to you by Vado Speedway Park. Anyways, hope everybody has a good, wonderful, blessed rest of their Tuesday. And this is Dr. Joaquin out. We were in and out today, baby. See ya.